It's not that I was a quiet child. I was a chatterbox in school. On the first day of kindergarten, I was banished to the corner for talking to my friend during rest time. And once I told my brother to shut up, my mother washed my mouth out with soap, threatening lie the next time. My father was a master litigator, turned dinner time into agonizing rounds of cross-examination with a simple, "How was school today?" My parents voiced their ideas, their beliefs about just about anything with passionate exactitude. I prayed for invisibility. My brother summed it up best. Believe whatever you want, as long as you agree with them. We knew who ran the show. Feeling I had nothing to share, I remained silent. I found my voice through creativity and imagination. Desperate for red party shoes, once during rest time, I took the red shoe polish made for my red school shoes and slathered it onto my black patent leather ones. Well, of course, it didn't work. I ended up with two little black boats drowning in a sea of red. School was a challenge. I struggled to read, hated math, was labeled lazy, she should just try harder, never shared any creativity, never felt smart, always felt stupid. More often than not, changed the right answer to the wrong one. And I was under the delusional belief that you did not have to be smart to work with young kids. At the age of 10, I started babysitting every chance I could get, never looked back. That was it. Work with little kids, no one older than the age of 4. An image indelibly etched into my brain from my beginning years of teaching is of a 4-year-old catapulting himself down the hall. Teacher behind, walking slowly. Walk. He whips around, hands on hips. "You're not the boss of my legs." There it was. Textbook definition of 4-year-olds. The first adolescence. I fell in love. I fell in love with that energy, that proclamation, that defiance. And I loved the opportunity that it provided me to think of all of the ways I could to let them know exactly who was the boss, while all the while letting them think that they were. You take that proclamation, that determination, that defiance, multiply it by 20, and you certainly could have classroom chaos. Lineup time, case in point. "She stepped on my feet. No, she did. No, I'm first. She got in the way. Get out. Go." Control with words did not work. Piece of tape on the floor did. 20 circles for 20 feet. Feet in circles, hands by sides, eyes straight ahead, quiet as a mouse, walk through the hall. Total control, and I did not turn into the no-domed lady. I wasn't the only one put to the 4-year-old control test. Parents had more than their fair share. During those early years, I didn't always trust my classroom instincts enough to help parents navigate the bumpy terrain of parenting their young teenagers. Until I did. Tina, who looked more of a 2-year-old than a 4-year-old, was not your typical 4-year-old in my class. She was quiet, never a peep from her in either defiance or agreement. Some might say she was the perfect child. Not me. One Friday, for the 5th day in a row, Max, her father, and Tina arrived late to school. Get everybody settled, Max corners me. "I do not know what to do. She's driving me crazy. We leave the apartment. We get down to the lobby. She will not go out. She will not put on her shoes and socks." 30 minutes of kicking and screaming until finally I shove her feet into the socks myself, and here we are, 30 minutes late for the 5th day in a row. Tell me what to do. "Nothing," I said. "Nothing? Nothing. Take her hand, with the other hand to hold on to her shoes and socks, and walk to school." "What?" he screams. "Walk 10 New York City blocks to school in the freezing cold barefoot? Are you crazy?" "She won't," I said. "What?" "She won't walk 10 city blocks to school. Trust me." Monday morning, Max and Tina arrive early. Tina's dressed head to toe. Hangs up her coat. Max says, well, you were right. She's 1 foot on the bare pavement, and she sits down, grabs her shoes and socks, puts them on, and here we are. Tina must be over 40 now. I wonder about her. What does her voice look and sound like? And what about me? I haven't been in an early childhood classroom for years. I'm a reading specialist in a high school. A few weeks ago, I was helping Jonathan write his college essay. After weeks of listening for and then finding and putting his voice on paper, I read the final draft out loud. Jonathan, through a half smile, says, "It's really me, isn't it?" My hesitancy and self-doubt has morphed into the confidence to trust my intuition and own my voice. By finding my voice, I help others find theirs, which in turn strengthens mine. 4-year-olds, adolescents all want to be seen and heard for who they really are. So do I. Thank you.